This episode is going to be so good because we get this question over and over again: how to price your offer or service. And I could not be in a better virtual room than the queen of premium offers. Like, she literally, if we were doing a lightning round and there were 10 people and they're like, this is my offer, this is my offer, this is my offer, she could almost go like pew 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 pew. She is so good at helping people see their value in what it is they are sharing. Hey there, if you like this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so that we can let you know the next time that we drop a new video. So let's get back to it. So Kaci Brown, please spill the beans once and for all, because I don't want to do it wrong. How do I price my offer or service?
Oh my gosh, Rhonda, I feel like you where I'm excited to hear what I'm going to say after that introduction. So Rhonda is absolutely right. The number one thing that I see where people struggle with how to price their offer, I'm going to just dive right into it, and I'm gonna give you a virtual hug right now because this is going to be a little bit of tough love. The majority of people that we work with, their biggest problem is that they've allowed the wrong customer to define their value and like their need for the results that they create. So they've allowed someone that's not even their dream client, their perfect avatar, right, to define and devalue the magic that they bring to the table. So that is step one. Step one, if you're doing this on your own, okay, is to take a client inventory. Who do you love working with? Who lights you on fire? Who pays their invoices on time? Who is excited to pay you for the work that you do, right? And if you can't come up with one single name, then it's time to really dig deeper. We fall into the trap. This is a mind trash problem, right? We fall into the loop of thinking that we have to lower our expectations and promise everything in the kitchen sink to someone else for a result that they're not willing to do the work for. And we take on the burden of carrying the results and essentially care more about their business and potential than they do, right? And that is a role that we have to disentangle ourselves up and just walk away. Just walk away. I had to do this like many times in my business. There's evolutions in business where you realize this isn't the right client. I didn't work, and you shift, right? And so now I want to share like how, like when you get to that point and you realize, and if you have some dreamy clients, great. Only say yes to those, say no to everyone else. Okay. So you've got a fork in the road here, right? But I have like a non-negotiable, like a Kaci rule that I work from. And I am either going to work with someone who matches or exceeds my energy. That is a requirement, period. They have to match or exceed my energy and commitment. That is the only people we work with. We don't chase, we don't convince, we don't persuade, we don't tap dance, we don't close, we don't do any of that. We work with people excited to work with us and who get incredible results because of that energy is on fire like lightning in a bottle. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, that dream client, what do they really want? What are their biggest pain points, right? Are you tiptoeing around because you're assigning a budget that someone will never pay for? Right? We just had this conversation last week with one of our clients. My clients will never pay for that. They'll never pay that rate. Then they're not your dream clients and they don't want the result that you can create for them bad enough. Right? So there's a misalignment. Okay. So identify what your dream client really wants. Okay. The big root cause of the problem. All right. Now, number three, align with it. Align with it. Decide if you are the one to step up and solve that problem or not, right? Because just because we can doesn't mean we should, right? So I want you to be sure you have that filter there. But if it aligns, if their big problem aligns with the way that you solve it and the way that you want to show up, the business that you want to create, then you do only that. And you charge a premium for it because it comes to you as easy as breathing. You are going to see it through. You are going to get the job done better, faster, and more committed than anyone else. And they have a problem and they're going to pay someone, whether it's you or someone else.
Yeah.
And that someone else is not going to have the same level of commitment or follow through that you are. They're probably going to take advantage of them. Like one of the things that we see, especially in the coaching industry, I would almost say 100% of our clients, right, Rhonda? 100% of our clients have been burned, have been taken advantage of, have been overpromised and underdelivered, have struggled for years. We have someone who struggled for over 2 years to get their offer out there. We've had 2 phone calls and the launch will be in a couple of weeks. That is the difference, right? And so that's why I want to wrap this up. When you're pricing and you're positioning your offer, it's really important to find someone that you trust to have an outside perspective, right? Now, I'm not saying this because I'm going to line up and pitch you for our services. There are some good coaches out there. There are some great consultants out there, but you still have to be careful. You have to do your due diligence, okay? But I want to explain this a little gently, right? I want you to do these exercises through yourself because I can't tell you what is an internal alignment for your soul. Only you can do that, okay? But you still are going to hit some resistance because you are so close to the decisions that you need to make in business, and your emotions will overwhelm and cloud the opportunities in front of you. So when you do decide to trust someone like Rhonda and I, or someone else that's an expert in whatever, niche or market or space that you want to grow in, okay, they should, right? And I'll say this because this is the way I come to it, and this is the way Rhonda comes. We come to it with a completely unemotional attachment to where we're going to see the opportunities, how we're going to help you align. Yes, we're going to totally take into consideration what you tell us that you want, the vision of your future, the impact that you want to make, the type of lifestyle that you want to have for you and your family. So that remains our constant filter. But we're also not emotionally attached to you making a decision right now because we know the evolution that needs to take place. When you are in your head making a decision, you put unrealistic pressure on yourself to get it right, to second guess, to plan for every little thing that could happen and not allow it to happen. And that is where an outside party is going to be incredibly advantageous to you, because at the end of the day, when you go through this exercise, and I've got it written down here, I'm going to recap it for you. Do a current client inventory versus who you really define as your dream client. We call it dreamies, right? Like we get off a phone call with someone and we are like naturally high. And it is pinch me moments that we get to live and work this way.
Yeah.
And that's what I want for your business, right? So let's step more into that. Choose more, being more attentive for that. All right. 2, what does that dream client really want? What is their biggest pain point and how can you solve it? 3, align. Choose if it aligns with the way that you want to do business, and then go make it happen. And price yourself accordingly for the results. Don't price yourself as a commodity. And I guess I need to illustrate this. Okay. So the client that I said have been struggling for 2 years. It will totally be worth it for you to go through this exercise for yourself, but also take it to someone that you trust too, for an outside perspective. Because in one meeting, we were able to take like a $97 a month offer, shift it, strip it, and simplify it to a $297 a month membership model. That leads into a $2,500 a month mastermind. That's a $25,000 difference just with one offer that he's currently selling for $7,000. So just with one sale, he's like, what, tripled the price of investment of our time together so far, right? Yeah. So I just want to put that into perspective for you, right? But what have we done? We have given him more clarity and the path to launch in 2 phone calls. So like what, 3 hours?
So it's such clarity, and our company is Hot Mamas, right? It's such clarity, and he was so excited. Like, he had on a sweatshirt. He's like, hold on a second, I got to take this off. I am hot. He was so excited about, he was in the forest and he couldn't see it. We came at it unemotional, and we're like, no, 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 no. You want to stay here? Then this is how to get there. How does that look? And when you have a mirror that is unemotional, that sees your value and knows what you have to share with the world is so, so good, it's success is inevitable. There is no way that he is going to fail. All of the actions that he is going to take moving forward. And this is an open, I was like, I've been sitting on my hands, Kaci. Like, I've wanted this.
I know. I'm like, I need to open it up and let Rhonda come in here. Sorry. Sometimes I get on a soapbox.
No, but this is just a great open loop, because this is a beautiful case study. Even how this client came to us is an amazing story of pricing your offer. I mean, okay, I'm going to stop now. You did it. Okay. So you've already summed us up, the 1, the 2, the 3. Yeah. The biggest takeaway though, friends, is, and a qualifier. If you're like me, process, just give it to me. 1, 2, 3. If your client does not match or exceed your energy, let that sink in. If you are constantly, when you send the invoice, reselling your services, they weren't the client for you in the beginning. Stop letting them control that mind trash that you're not good enough and that what you offer is not good enough. Don't play that game. That's it. Mic drop. Boom.
Yes. Please remember that, because when you're pricing your product, your offer, right? Like it's based on the result. And I think that's what I want to close with. It's based on the value of the result of what you create for the client. This client, this one particular client that we've shared with you, will be like an 8-figure business.
No doubt.
Sooner rather than later. Like there is no doubt. And I am not one to be like, I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to like drop. No. We also have clients who are moving from 5K months to 10K months just because they shifted in the value. We have another client who was negotiating with a national company for some features and some private licenses and stuff. And this isn't from an industry who usually gives it away for free. And, we helped her negotiate the terms in the contract. They asked for double the designs. She more than doubled the price, and they accepted it gladly. Matching of energy, exceeding of energy. And so if this exercise does nothing else for you than to help you evaluate who you're working with, who you're deciding to define the value of your offer. And that's when I do want to distinct the value of your offer and your service. It has no reflection of the value of yourself as a person. If someone says no to your offer, they are not rejecting you. It just maybe wasn't the right timing, not a good fit, maybe just not, the match of energy, right? Their vision doesn't match the way that you solve the problem, right? Detach emotionally of someone rejecting your offer. That's the last thing that I want to leave you with, is value the result, separate the way that you value the offer from yourself as a human being, as a soul. You are absolutely priceless. No one can define that for you, right? But your dream clients will respect you and love you as a person. It's totally possible. All we work with is dream clients. So I just want to it's so possible. It is so possible, but I know how hard it feels when you start saying no to money, right? But it's, what are we going to end on here? I think the quote that I'm going for, right? We got to let go of the good
to say yes to the great.
Yeah.
And with that, my friends, that is a mic drop. I get to close us out today. I think we're new to this. So like, subscribe, I don't know, comments, whatever we need to do here. We are dropping episodes like this. I think we're doing it like all the time, like multiple times a day. So go ahead and subscribe so you're notified when we drop a new video. If you haven't already, you got to subscribe now. So Cassie calls it an underground podcast, which really kind of makes it a sexy offer, I think. But you got to subscribe. We don't like blast it to the world. We blast it to our dreamies. So if you're a dreamy, customers for life, we are chatting each and every week, and a new episode drops on Tuesday, I think. So take care, guys. An amazing, there was no one that I would rather say, like, how do you price your offer or service than this girl right here. So take care, guys. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.